Well, James, that was a really informative and interesting session earlier. So what do you see as the main risks for the economy in 2023?
Well, when everyone thinks about risks, we often think about downside risks, and they're clearly there. One of those could be that we essentially all decide we've had our fun, and we start cutting back on all those travel, all those meals out, all that, having fun essentially, and that leads to a slowdown in the economy. There's also a big risk, I think, with the housing market. We could see that housing transactions are much weaker, that leads to a bit of a slowdown in durable goods spending, and we could see that squeeze from mortgages really starts to hurt people's bottom line. But it's important to remember there's also upside risks. And the upside risk, the biggest one comes from China. The reopening process is clearly going to lift growth in 2023. The question is by how much? But of course, there's also the upside risk that we'll do keep spending. All of the remarkable resilience in the global economy we've seen in 2022, what if that just carries on? And it's something we certainly can't rule out this year.
Very good. And if we think longer term, James, I suppose with demographic change, how do you see that panning out in the future?
I think demographics is just so fundamental to the way we think about the world. At the moment, you've got to look through in the developed world the situation of essentially shrinking populations, and particularly shrinking working age populations later this decade. There's going to be an enormous challenge for governments. Suddenly you've got fewer workers and many more pensioners, a huge problem in terms of your fiscal maths. But also demographics affect things in the near term as well. You've got a whole group of people in their 20s today whose tastes are going to be dragged through the economy. They're getting richer, they're making up a bigger share of the electorate, bigger share of the consumer spending pool, and essentially their taste for more interest in environmental concerns, more digital consumption, those things are going to get dragged along in the years to come.
Fantastic. Well, let's hope the upside risks pan out during 2023 and no doubt an interesting future into the longer term. Thank you, James.
Thank you.